What is going on, everyone? And welcome to Thursday of Cinco Squad. Yes, we're going a little bit earlier than normal. We want to try to get everyone doing a show at some point, but yes, we are live here tonight. Jamie and Mike are going live here at 8:15. Make sure you tune in. But I wanted to pop on. I got plans tonight, but make sure you guys are tuning in tonight. They're going to talk a lot of NBA, MLB, and whatnot. But I wanted to pop on here and talk a little college hoops, a little bit of NFL storylines going on right now. Tragic passing with the Dallas Cowboys, Marshawn. I forgot his name at first, but it's just a tragedy to hear what happened to him. Thoughts and prayers go out to his family. But let's get it rocking. NFL news. We got trade deadline coming up that already passed. My Birds, go Birds, let's get it. Went out and got themselves a must need, and that's a cornerback. And I think Jair still's got it. I think he's still a top perennial talent. I think he can really boost. And I always say this to people that when you're looking at a guy like that, he just needs a chance on a good team, right? He was on the Packers for a while. Packers were on the upswing after the Aaron Rodgers scenario, but when it comes to being on a good team, he was on the what? Who did we get him from? I forget who we traded from. Someone help me in the chat here. I forget. I totally forget off the top of my head. But who did Jair play for? Oh, Ravens. The Ravens are a great team, but they had a lot of young talent around their corners, right? So Jair was kind of the young, older vet there trying to work into. And then the Ravens have always had that, or have that like curse over the back of their head right now with Allen and Mahomes in the AFC. You put a guy like this on a team that isn't really in need of him, but in need of him, if that makes sense. Like he needs to be on the team, he needs to be on the field. He's going to be on the field here soon. And then you look at a guy like Jalen Phillips out of Miami. I watched that clip on Instagram where he was crying because of his Achilles injury about 3 years ago. This dude works hard. This kid is going to be an unsung hero on this team. He's going to come in and make a name for himself. He's big, he's tall, he's fast. He can get into the backfield. He can get pressure on the quarterback. Is what the Eagles have needed. Jalex Hunt is, he's been doing a great job of it, but we don't have any interior pressure from our two big guys in Carter and Davis right now. So we need that outside pressure. A lot of quarterbacks are just sitting there picking the Eagles apart. But we got a lot. There's a lot of moves at the deadline. I mean, when you see Sauce Gardner getting a deal going to the Colts, that's a man. I'm really confusing why the Jets are just tanking. Like, you have a solid team around them. Get the quarterback you need, and then go get yourself an offensive line. Like, it's pretty simple. But they just said we're going to sell a house. So, can we all talk about the guy in Arizona, which is Kyler Murray? It's like year in and year out. I still wonder, like, yeah, give him a chance, right? Give him a chance. He's going to come back and he's going to be well, right? But then I look at him like, is he really, though? Like, is he really going to be that good? And maybe he needs a new location. He's probably not going to get traded. May get released. Maybe a Baker situation where he gets a release, gets kind of treated like crap. From all reports, he's a great locker room guy, but he just seems like he's just struggling right now in Arizona. But I know everyone makes fun of his height because he's 4'0" or whatever. But guy's out for 4 weeks. You got Jacoby Brissett. I mean, they're playing well with him. I mean, look what they did against Dallas. And Dallas is supposed to be a top team, playoff team. Everyone talking about Dallas this, Dallas that, Dallas this. They got smoked. And I'm tired of hearing about the Dallas news. Dallas is the most overrated team I've seen in the last 10 years. They come in and they're this big, I can do this, I can do that. And then Jerry goes ahead and sells off his best defensive talent and says at the deadline, we need defense. Dude, you are senile as you are so senile right now. You need help. Like that is crazy to me. But going back to the Kyler situation, I don't know what everyone else sees in him, but he's continuously to be a starter. And I know that ultimately he's going to be the starter off the money he's getting. But he's hurt every year. He can't seem to stay on the field at all. He's scrambling every time. He can't see over the offensive line. He's not reading defenses. He's not checking at the line. You don't trust him to check at the line to read the defense. So what good is he? And is it just a situation where he needs to get out of Arizona, kind of like Baker did? Or is it a situation where he's just not that good? Because he seems like he has the arm strength, he has the talent, he has the mindset to play football in the NFL. But it's like, should he have went to the MLB instead? But I mean, we'll see what happens with Jacoby. I mean, he's manning that offense pretty solid. I mean, he's hitting Harrison finally. That's the main guy. Yeah, that's the other thing. You get him a number one receiver, and then he just basically doesn't do anything with him, which confuses the hell out of me. So, what else we got going on? We got a lot going on in the NFL. Let me take a look here. No one in the comments right now. I kind of want to argue with someone. So, can someone please go in the comments so I can start arguing with someone? All right. Oh, the tush push. Everyone knows I'm going to talk about that. Tush push was used so much over the last weekend while the Eagles were on a bye. No one said a word. I think it was used probably 15 to 20 times last week, and not one person said a word. The Eagles do it twice or in 3 times in one game. Everyone's up in arms. It needs to be banned. Stop. Let's just stop this crap. Matt LaFleur, cut the shit. Just get yourself an offensive line so you can do so. Have your quarterback squat 600 and cut the crap. Like, I'm just tired. Just because you can't run it well doesn't mean that you aren't. That's my reaction every time I see someone about the touch button. Oh, it needs to be banned. Really? Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, there's a lot of NFL news. I mean, NFL news keeps popping up every single day. The one thing that I'm getting very irritated with, though, and I know everyone else is this ESPN YouTube TV deal. I have not been able to watch any college hoops to start off the season, and everyone's like, "Oh, go to ESPN." And I know I talked about it on Tuesday, but it's bullshit. I'm literally sitting here waiting to watch ESPN because you can't go on the ESPN app if you have a YouTube TV provider and that's your provider, right? Like, I can always ask someone, but that's annoying, right? I have to get their login. I have to try to have them to go in, and it's just a whole pain in the ass. I have a TV provider. Stop. And Pat McAfee said it perfectly. Enough of the billion dollar shit. Just get the deal done. Cut it out. Like, you're messing with these TV shows. You're messing with people's teams that they want to watch. That's the only way I can watch Syracuse football and basketball right now. And it's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. It needs to get changed. It needs to get done. And if it doesn't, I'm canceling YouTube TV and I'm going somewhere else. And that's just probably what most of America does. But YouTube TV has a lot of people by the cojones, I would say, being PG-13. Has them by the cojones because I have the NFL ticket. So if I cancel, I don't get the NFL ticket. So, and I just made my last payment. So I know I'm in the same boat as a lot of people that I'm kind of screwed until the end of the year because I want to watch the Eagles games, even though they're on Prime for probably half of the next 6 or 7 games. But even so, I shouldn't have to choose like this. And then ultimately, give me a credit back if you're going to do this. It's frustrating. It's like we're sitting here like us fans are being mistreated for this, and I'm like, I can't even watch Syracuse's home opener where they kicked the shit out of Binghamton. I can't watch Syracuse on Saturday. I can't, luckily I'm going to Miami on Saturday. Oh yeah, if you're in Miami on Saturday, I'll be there watching Syracuse and then going to the Bills game on Saturday as well. So make sure you guys tune into that. That'll be fun. Give me a fun weekend there. But there's just so much to talk about with that deal. It's driving me nuts because I'm literally not being able to watch anything. I don't even know what other sports channels there are on YouTube TV. That's how much ESPN has dominated the television, and it's worldwide leader in sports. So ESPN, my play to you is you have all the geniuses in the world in that room. Make your own TV provider. That's it. I've been saying this for years. They should all do a sports TV provider, and the best person that should do it or best company that should do it is ESPN. Make ESPN a TV provider, kind of like YouTube TV, where you charge someone like $40-$50 a month. They get every sport they possibly want. No additional cost, no nothing. If you want to do pay-per-view for UFC, that's fine, or other things, that's fine. But make it a full-on sports fledge. And ESPN has to go in and ultimately make deals with every single league. That's going to be the caveat with it all. And they're getting close. They have hockey, they have football, they have basketball, they have baseball. baseball still has Turner. Basketball has NBC now. They just signed that deal, but it has to be something where like it goes right to one location. But as we talk about, let me see if Shane's still here. No, Shane's not here yet. So, Shane, our buddy Shane is not able to come on, but he's at the Wasco Center right now, getting ready for Miami's, I think, second game of the year. University of Miami without Coach Larinaga, which may be coming on the show here soon. Who knows? But yes, college basketball is back. I'm hyped. I know a lot of the times I'm thinking about college basketball, and I'm thinking like a lot of people are just like not as hyped as I used to be when I was a kid, right? And I'm hyped about the season. Don't get me wrong, because I love Syracuse basketball. I love St. Bonaventure basketball. I think they're both, going to do well this year. Shout out to Kai and Anthony, Carmelo Anthony's son. But it's just with this NIL and this transfer portal that's been happening, it's kind of ruined the rivalries with college basketball because it was then the one and dones, right? And the one and dones, we still kept those rivalries there, but there was always something missing. And now it's even more because now players are just going and leaving every single year. Coaches are gone, and then coaches aren't able to recruit as well as the older coaches or keep the historic to it. Unlike John Shires. John Shires has been doing a fantastic job at Duke, and Boozer twins are probably going to go in the draft this year, so he's doing a great job. Had Cooper Flag last year, but I'm looking at like college basketball as a whole right now, and I think it's in big trouble moving forward because of the NIL and the transfer portal. Now, a lot of people probably come back at me and say, well, John, like, you could say that side of the story, but you could also say that the NFL, the college basketball is better for this because they're not going to go to the NBA. Yes, but they're going to transfer every single year. So you're going to get kids like Mikey Williams, who's transferred already 4 times. Now it's Sacramento State, which is pretty cool. I didn't know Mike Bibby was coaching there. That's an unsung team that's going to make the tournament. And watch out for that team. That's going to be scary good with Shaquille O'Neal's son on there. Shaquille O'Neal being the GM. That's pretty sweet. But, like, when I look at the totality of it, it's just like, why not make rules for this, right? Like, eliminate the NCAA. Make your own rules where you can only transfer once and bring back college basketball. I don't think college basketball has that hype that it used to. March Madness is great. I still sit down and watch. I still watch, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the first round, everything. I watch every part of college basketball, but it's not the same anymore. The hype before the season, because half the roster is leaving. I mean, St. Bonaventure, a small town school in Olean where I went to college, Mike went to college, and we graduated from. We covered that team. Like, when we were there, only like 1 or 2 kids transferred a year. Now, last year, the entire team transferred. The entire team. There's not a guy on last year. Oh, maybe there's a couple guys, but like the entire starting roster, gone. So, as a small school like that, luckily Schmidt is a great coach. Like I said, a historic coach who knows how to recruit, who knows how to get guys into there, who's proven in NCAA. These smaller schools are going to have to go get a Mike Bibby type coach to come in and become the guy. So that's what I see in college basketball. But I mean, like, Duke looks great. Florida looks good. It's nice to see Bryce James. I mean, we all said that Bryce James is going to be a better athlete than Bronny. It's just known. I mean, you just see the height, the size, the movement, the eye vision, the vision on the court. Bronny looking good in NBA. First part of the NBA season this year so far, catching alley-oops, throwing alley-oops. I'm liking the way Bronny's playing, but watch out for Arizona being a top perennial team this year. There's a lot going on this year in just college sports in general. When you're looking at college basketball, I mean, we got Florida regaining their national championship. Purdue's number 1 in the country right now. Houston needs to get over that hump. I mean, they are so close every year. They are so dominant in the regular season. They look like a team that's going to just blow out every team in the tournament. And then they come into the tournament and end up finding some sort of team to just fall to. And it's like, what? Come on, dude. St. John's is going to put all the chips on the table. I mean, they're just going to go all in because at this point. Patino said in his interview, he goes, I ain't got much time left here coaching, so I need to go out there and do what I got to do. Michigan recruiting very well. I think it's Buddy May. What's Michigan? Let's see here. Dusty May. That's it. So Dusty May is still a pretty great coach. I mean, let's see how he does going forward. He's been recruiting well, which has been his known fact. Kentucky. I mean, when you say Kentucky's in the middle, like look at these names: Purdue, Houston, Florida. Okay, Purdue and Florida, top teams, right? You typically talk about UConn, typical. St. John's, not usually. Over the last maybe when I was a kid, they weren't really good. Duke there, Michigan there, BYU even there, and then Kentucky. Kentucky's number 9. I mean, they really haven't played many games yet, but still recruiting at a high level. You got teams like Illinois, who's been on the up and up. Boise State looking pretty good. They're on the outside, but North Carolina's number 25 in the country. My thing for college basketball is like, okay, so so we're giving these coaches in college football a probably 3 to 6 year window, right, to recruit, build your program, build your people, pretty much. What are you giving for college basketball? Because if you're a guy like Dusty May coming into Michigan, you had Coach Beeline taking the Wolverines to the Final Four, doing great things with the Wolverines, bringing Michigan basketball back to the lengths that it was in the 90s. How long do you give Dusty May at Michigan? Still top 10 team, perennial team that's always in talks of national championship ranks. What do you give him? A guy like Mark Pope. Okay season last year in his first season. What's the leash that you give him? You give a guy like Adrian Autry at Syracuse. What's the leash? My leash for him is this year. He needs to prove that he can put a winning team and a winning roster together at Syracuse, because as much as people bash on Syracuse sports, Syracuse basketball in the early 2000s and pretty much 2016, 17 was a top 10, top 15 team. And you can argue that in the chat here, but they were a top 10, top 7, top 10, top 15 team. Easy. And now they barely make a 500 roster, barely make any type of tournament. They shouldn't make any tournament. The point of Autry taking over is to get this team back. And if he can't do it this year, he's gone. And that's my opinion. That's my thought process on it, because he needs to get Syracuse basketball back. Boeheim stayed his welcome way too long. And I love Coach Boeheim. I love Orange. I love his history. He stayed way too long. And I think it's honestly because Hopkins went to Washington. That's my honest opinion. But when we're looking at I got a few more minutes here, but as we look at like Mark Pope needs to get Kentucky back into the top ranks. He's in the top 10 right now, but the team didn't finish as well as he should have last year, right? Obviously losing to Florida. Florida's national champions, and that's where you kind of like give it okay. But can Kentucky get back there? Can Hubert Davis get North Carolina basketball back to where Roy Williams had it? Like, there's a lot of schools out here that, how long are you giving these guys for? Like St. Bonaventure I was talking about, Schmidt's been there, I think, since 2012, 2011-ish. So it's been about 14 years, but he's always had a consistently good team. And even the teams that have been okay, he's made it probably a 500 year, still a team that could do damage in the A10 tournament. I'm just wondering, like, what is the length? And I'm saying 3 to 4 years in college basketball because of the players moving so much, and it's very hard for these players to stay in one location, and we need to do something about it so that we can build these teams and build these rosters. And if you're a kid that's like middle of the road, stay with that team. And I know there's a lot of politics in sports. There's a lot of politics when it comes to playing sports. I played sports that were like that. It sucks, and I know it. And I know from former Division I players have told me that most coaches tell them to get the hell out. Sometimes, and it's sad to hear, but it's the truth. So I understand that point of view too. So, but building these rosters, building these teams back up, and like the NBA isn't the first out anymore, because they have the capability of getting paid so much that why go to the NBA, take a second round pick where you're not going to make that much. That's my point. So, all right. Well, I'm going to stop rambling here. It's been about 20 minutes. I appreciate everyone tuning in. No comments today. I'm kind of disappointed. I'm not mad. I'm disappointed. So, but tune in at 8:15 for the guys. Jamie and Mike are going to lock in, talk some basketball, talk some MLB, talk some NFL. Make sure you guys tune in to socials. We'll be here all weekend. And remember, I'm going to be in Miami for the Syracuse football game this Saturday. Bills Dolphins game on Sunday, and be back here next week. So make sure you guys tune in. Oh, and shout out to Shane Moreland, our proud supporter. He has been one of our number one fans since the beginning. He supported us in every single way. So shout out to him. He has been a really awesome friend of the show, and really great person to know. So if you guys ever need anything from Shane, works for the University of Miami, make sure you hit him up for tickets as far as purchasing. If you want a suite or anything like that, he's the guy to go to. He's an excellent person to get to know. Knows a lot of sports and can really help anybody out. So make sure you guys tune in next week. Shane, appreciate you. See you this weekend. Everyone, see you later.